Hi, hello, good to see you. This video is all about one of the most awkward things that we have to do in our entire lives, which is introductions. Hi, hello, welcome, willkommen, bonjour, je m'appelle David, hey, and then I'm done. You know, I don't have a lot more in my vocabulary in terms of intros. The good thing is that when you're trying to write an introduction for your personal statement, you have time to get it right. And this video is all about exactly what to write in the first paragraph of your personal statement. So if you are feeling all a bit anxious, a bit worried, if you're not sure what to write, if you've got your laptop open and it's just a blank page there and you don't know how to begin your personal statement, then this is the video for you. It's supported by loads and loads of really good content over at personalstatementplanet.com. So the links are below, down there in the description. Head over there, get yourself some resources, get that personal statement smashed out the park. You'll be fine. We're here in the personal statement kitchen, and the reason I do my stuff in the kitchen here is just to make it feel a little bit more relaxed, make it feel a little bit less stressful, and to just bring home the fact that you will absolutely 100% be able to nail your personal statement from wherever you are in the world super fast. All right, let's get to it. We're into personal statement introductions. There are three key elements that you've got to make sure that you include when it comes to getting your personal statement introduction right. The first thing that you have got to focus on is making sure that your personal statement introduction includes a skill or an experience or a situation or an incident or a moment or just something that is personal to you, that is unique to you, that sets your personality out for the reader and that makes you a unique applicant. The second thing your introduction's got to do is evidence your academic suitability, and that could mean giving some clues, giving some information about your academic record. It could mean something to do with showing commitment to wider reading, but in some way you need to make sure that the reader sees that you've got some academic potential. And the last thing that's got to be there as part of your personal statement introduction is some kind of example that shows that you are suitable for the demands of the course, so that when the reader looks at your personal statement, if they read the first paragraph, they're like, yes, this person connects really clearly and really well with the demands of the course, and what they want by the end is what we offer at the beginning. All right, and if you get those three things into the first paragraph of your personal statement, then you are on a winner, and the rest of the personal statement will be read in a really positive light. So we're going to go through each of those things one by one. Something personal, something academic, and a way to show that you meet the demands of the course. Let's do it. There are lots of ways that you can show your individuality in the opening of a personal statement. When you're writing that introduction, there are a number of different things that you could include that would all show the reader that you are a really unique, exciting, interesting, dynamic, positive individual, and you'd be a great student or employee. And the first one of those is probably the most common, and that's some kind of really valuable or exciting or inspirational experience that you might have had. So maybe it's something really memorable that connected you to the subject that you really want to study. Maybe it was a day out or an experience that just sparked in you an interest, an excitement, an engagement, or like really affirmed in you a belief that this was the way forwards for you in terms of study, maybe even in terms of a career. So have a look at this example here. This is a really nice little example because it draws some relevancy between your experience and the way that you've been inspired for the course. So, I visited the Jurassic Coast as a child, and I can still remember the thrill of discovering echinoderm fossils in the rocks that had fallen from the sandstone cliffs above. And this experience ignited a powerful engagement with the study of geology, leading to my undergraduate application. oh man, that candidate's done well. You know, they've given a personal account of something meaningful. They've given a way in to their decision to study this subject. They've shown that they've got some practical experience, and they've thrown in some vocabulary that illuminates their first paragraph, their introduction, and it shows that they have, at least to some degree, a good understanding of the subject and the technical terms that subject requires. That's a win. Sometimes it's not so much an experience, sometimes that inspiration can be a person. I would counsel against perhaps it being a person you've never met in real life that you've just heard about as your inspiration. Let's try and find an example of someone who has been particularly inspirational to you in real life, if that's the kind of thing you want to choose. This example is a good one. It kind of combines an experience with an individual as well. So here we are, look. Accompanying my mother as she went to work at her GP practice gave me a powerful practical introduction to the demands of working in the healthcare sector. The immediate positive effect of her work on her patients' well-being was apparent to me even as a child, and as a result I've completed several work placements across the healthcare sector in readiness for a degree in medicine. Okay, so what has that applicant done really well? Well, they've made a personal connection. They've shown that they've done some practical engagement with the subject that they're interested in. They've shown that they can see the value in the subject they're interested in this case medicine, and they've been able to make a link to the requirements of the course. They've explained really clearly that they understand the value of that experience and how powerful medicine can be in terms of changing lives and establishing well-being for people. So that's a really powerful opener. I'm going to go the other way now. I'm going to flip and go backwards. And we're just going to look at a bad example, because I think that can be just as helpful, if not more helpful, than a good example. When you see a bad or a poor example of an introduction and you understand why it's not very good, then you kind of have the skills to go, okay, I will avoid making that mistake. So this is just a short one. It's a short, poor example. Here we go. I've spent lots of hours working in my school's youth club and like spending time teaching younger kids how to play table tennis. I also ride my mountain bike at the weekend, and I think this will really help me in my degree. Okay, that's nice. You sound like a great person, but what that doesn't do is show us why any of those experiences are relevant, nor does it really give us any value to those degrees. What did you learn from them? How have they prepared you for the course? Are they relevant at all? None of that is really there. Now look, I love that you go mountain biking and that you teach kids how to play ping pong. That's groovy. Doesn't mean anything in a personal statement unless it's deeply, deeply relevant. So just avoid that. Okay, so we're on to the second point that's really got to be there in your personal statement introduction, and that's to do with the academic skills and experiences you have and how they make you a really suitable applicant for the course. Now, your whole personal statement, one way or the other, is going to be focusing on academics. There's going to be mention of the different experiences and qualifications you have, like right the way through the whole personal statement. But the introduction, that's where you've just got to start that process and make it very clear that you've got the academic, the intellectual chops to nail a degree or a postgrad. So here's a really nice way of doing that. I have immersed myself in the mathematical curriculum, focusing specifically on probability and mathematical statistics, complex functions and linear algebra. These disciplines have afforded me a deep understanding of fundamental theories in machine learning, such as the empirical risk minimization principle, principal component analysis, and Gaussian mixture models, and I am looking forward to having the opportunity to further contextualize this knowledge through practical application on the MSc. Alright, that's pretty groovy. That's a good way of showing your academic capabilities. It's not quite a list, you know. The candidate's writing a few different things that they've done and things that they know, but it's not just a list. It explains the value of those experiences, and it talks a little bit about how they are going to help that candidate to be ready to study at a higher level for the course that they're applying for. So that's when it's not boastful, it's actually really, really positive and engaging for a reader, because they're like, oh yes, this person's awesome, and that's exactly what you want. Now, you may not all be at that level. You may not have had that range of experience, but even if you're doing kind of like college or sixth form, like A-level, level 3 qualifications, that's absolutely fine. Most people applying for uni and college are in the same place as you. So here's how you might want to write about your experiences within the talk curriculum. During the course of my A-level biology studies, I've developed my understanding of the ways in which organisms exchange substances and genetic information with their environment. This knowledge inspired me to attend a course on biodiversity and classification, during which I focused my research on the contemporary consequences of ecological diversity. All right, so that candidate's done really, really well, because they've got a relatively limited palette to draw from. They're talking about their academic curricular studies, but they've shown that they explain them. They've shown that they have a working knowledge and they can practically apply some of those things. But they've also shown that they've gone a little bit further. As a result of their studies, they've found an interest that they've explored on their own. They've done a little bit more, and they're able then to apply that little bit more, that knowledge that they gained from doing a bit extra, back into the work that they are doing on their curriculum. That's perfect. That's exactly the kind of academic substance, experience, background, commitment, motivation, dedication that a reader is looking for in the introduction. Alrighty, we're heading into our last element now, the last thing that should be in a personal statement introduction, and this is showing that you are suitable for the demands of the course. In other words, let's be honest. When an admissions tutor looks at your personal statement, one of the things they want to see is this person actually going to complete the course? Do they have the potential to start and complete and come out the other side well? They don't want you to waste your time. They don't want you to waste their time. So if you can show right at the beginning of your personal statement that you are suitable for the course, that you know about it, you understand it, you've got some depth of knowledge, that your skills and experiences match the skills and experiences they're looking for, then it's a win for everybody. Okay, really, really important. Okay, so here's a nice example. All right, let's have a little look. I have been particularly inspired by my recent study of anatomical systems and have a thorough understanding of the functions and structures of the major body systems. In my own time, I have further researched features of microscopic anatomy, and I'm looking forward to utilising a wider range of digital magnification equipment in order to develop my knowledge of this field as an undergraduate. So, what makes that great is the second half. Okay, the first part's good. It talks about academic experience, it establishes some knowledge, and that's great. What really nails it is the second part, where that writer links their ambitions and experiences with what the course has to offer. So when they start talking about magnification equipment and working as an undergraduate within a faculty and all that kind of stuff, you see somebody who not only almost certainly has a good understanding of what the course involves, but already has plans for what they want to do when they arrive. And it's almost as if they are placing themselves in the university environment before they get there as part of the application. And that's a very compelling thing to do, because it means that whoever's reading your personal statement sees you in that environment as well and is more likely to make you an achievable offer. The last tip I'll give you for your opening paragraph, your introduction of a personal statement, is to do with showing your suitability for the course, but it goes slightly further than that. It talks a little bit about your ambitions beyond the course. And if you can show an admissions tutor that you are already thinking really clearly and in an informed way about what happens after your course, after your degree, whatever it may be, and that by doing the course you will get to that ambition, then you're really, really ticking lots of great boxes. And one of the best ways to do that is to look at a range of different career paths that universities talk about for graduates from their programs. Get a kind of an amalgamation, get an average of the kinds of career paths that perhaps would be of interest to you, and then let's develop an ambition, develop an idea for a possible career journey that at least acknowledges those. And that way you're really, really placing yourself in the best possible position for getting an achievable offer. Okay, so that's our 3 top tips for what should go in your opening paragraph. Something that establishes your unique personality, something that shows that you have an academic potential in that subject, and something that connects you and your skills and experiences with the demands of the course. Hey, if you've got time, please like, please subscribe. Let's get more people into the community and using these resources. Don't forget to check out all the stuff that's down there. Loads and loads of great free resources for you across the whole process of applying. Just head over to personalstatementplanet.com, get everything you need. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below or get in touch with me and I'll help you out. Good luck on your journey.